Here is a fiber optical Christmas decoration. I'm guessing this is supposed to be a poinsettia, but instead of leaves it has the typical artificial Christmas tree from 20 years ago type material. I guess it's a little fancier than normal. It's got some white tips on the ends. This came with this basket. It was in the basket in the thrift store. I don't know if the basket is factory or not. I don't think so because it's way too big. But whoever put this up there did a pretty good job, because you got a hole there for the cord to pass through and a little channel for the cord. So this was set up pretty well by whoever did this. It does look nicer, inside the basket as opposed to just a plain base. This is the power adapter. It is the Tech branded AC adapter. It is a class 2 transformer, and it outputs 12 volts AC. So this is a very basic apparatus. It's a simple AC to AC transformer, pretty much just a winding in there. It's a very reliable piece of equipment. These last a very long time. There's no electronics to go bad. I have no idea what the brand is of this thing. There is no informations or marking anywhere. Maybe there might have been some informations there at one point, but they're gone. There's a precaution in Spanish, but that's it. On the bottom we have the date code. I'm not really sure how that reads. Maybe, I don't know. And then the QC passed sticker, and then of course the infamous the made in China. There's a spot here for a fan to be attached. Some of these, especially the larger ones, do have a fan to cool the bulb. This one does not, so I'm guessing that this base was used for multiple different models over the years. It does have on-off. And there's the power input. This definitely needs some help. It's all kind of mashed up here. We'll fix that. So let's see if this works. Chances are slim. Almost every time I find these, they need a new bulb. Here's what the end of the adapter looks like. There's the adapter plug. Plug it in, and here we go. Huh, it actually works. That's unusual. Alright, it is consuming 0.12 the amps, 14.4 the watts. It has a power factor of 98. That's pretty respectable. What do you know? It works perfectly. That's kind of rare. So it appears to be all white. I don't see any color to the fiber optics. Here, I'm going to turn the lights off. This is not very bright at all. This would look nice once it's fluffed up again. I don't want to spend too much time on it now because it's got to go back in storage for a couple weeks still anyways. I'll just try to spread it out enough to get an idea of what it would look like when it's not all smashed together. So that's about what it would look like right there. That's pretty nice. These flowers have seen better days. Hopefully these will kind of unfold a bit now that it's not under so much pressure. Wow, this wind is getting out of control. It's been so windy for the last several days. Look at that. Just take this off the tripod for a minute. I really started to get into fiber optic decorations last year, or maybe the year before last year. I really like these. This one's kind of interesting because the fiber optics it's a very long area where there's light. It's not just on the tips. I wonder if we could put a brighter DEO bulb in there and make this a little brighter. It is pretty dim. Even with the studio lights off, it's still not a really impressive amount of light coming out of there. It's got a nice sparkle effect to it though. I have been retrofitting these with DELs, and it seems to be fine. I can't really detect the flickering of the DEL coming through the fiber optics. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't a flicker though, because it's still running off of AC. Well, this particular one is. I suppose we don't know if the other ones were. I've tested a bunch of other ones, and they're usually 12 volts, but I can't remember now if they're AC or DC. But at the couple of trees I converted to DEL, worked fine, and there was no flicker, and it wasn't obvious that it was a DEL. This probably is going to get very hot too. Well, it's not heating up yet, but I imagine it will sooner or later. Well, let's try to take a look inside the apparatus here and see what the base looks like. Who knows, there might already be a DEL in there. I would have expected it to be at least somewhat warm by now, and it's still ambient temperature. Usually these just kind of turn to come out. There we go, that's the top. No, that's definitely, looks like a regular halogen to me. I don't feel any heat. I can't tell if it's a DEO or not. Sometimes these things are very difficult to open. Actually, that's one of the most frequently asked questions I get on my videos of these things is how do you open it? Looks like this one perhaps. And maybe will come off, the bottom will come off. Usually the top kind of twists off. Quite possibly this one is different. This would be a lot better if this is how it works. Oh, that is a much better design. Alright, so here's the inside of the unit. I do think that is a halogen bulb. It's only a 10 watts, so maybe I'll get like a 40 watts DEL. Try to brighten this thing up a little bit. Yeah, good luck getting it to focus in there. Is that a filament in there? Yeah, it looks like a filament to me. I think it's halogen. Let's put it back on and see if we feel any heat. Now I feel the heat. I guess 10 watts is not much. Not going to produce much heat. Yeah, I don't like that the synchronous motor is so close to the bulb. That's going to really be heating up. And the motor is a 42TYZ-12 synchronous motor. It's a 5/6. I hate fractions. 5/6 RPM per minute, and it's clockwise or counterclockwise. A lot of times these will shift directions. Get into focus. When the power is reapplied. Yeah, it just did it there. Doesn't really, the rotation doesn't make any difference for this kind of application. Yeah, so this is a rare case where DEL makes more sense. Maybe you can see what the brand is there. It's kind of hard to get a picture of it. Yeah, so this is a rare case where DEL kind of makes more sense. And I think I will probably convert this to a brighter DEL. This isn't particularly bright. This is also a little dirty, so cleaning that up might help a touch too. Alright, well this works. This is very easy to take apart. This is a better design than some of the other ones I've worked on. That's just a basic, it's an MR16. I'm going to write that down before I forget. MR16, it's 10 watt. I think that we should be able, well, yeah, it doesn't matter because when you go to DEL, the power consumption is lower anyways. I feel like this adapter is very undersized. I did find out that they make like 6 or 7 foot tall fiber optic trees. And I was going to buy one this year, but some things transpired that have resulted in budgetary shortages. So I don't think I'm going to be able to buy one this year. But they're still under production. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. So we'll just get one next year. Okay, so I will explore different options for the bulbs, try to make this a little bit brighter. I will probably see this one again for another video before it gets put out for this year.